Hi, Eva. What a wonderful personal project to open up with on a Monday. I have looked at all of these things in great deal detail. I played with your custom chatbot, which I thought was quite interesting, and I was playing with French, and then I looked at the presentation introduction, which I thought was very professional. I um, loved your tutorial on how to use it. And then the workflow guide was really helpful. I mean, this is super helpful stuff. And then you have the podcast. So this is pretty impressive that you did this in 10 hours. You're very efficient. Uh, and this is A plus for me all the way. Um, I think because it's just so well thought out and useful, and I love to hear your thinking behind it, and I can feel your passion. And I suspect this will be a very useful tool. Now, I can't remember if you said you were doing some research on it or not. It seems like you want to, so I think that'd be really interesting to do research on this. And if I made a suggestion, if you were really doing research, my suggestion might be that you have students use something like Google Meet or Zoom, turn on the recording in their share screen, and just have them using it, saying, well, I'm trying this. Well, that didn't work. Well, this does, and all that kind of thing. So you can get some really good feedback. I mean, surveys are great as well, they're simpler. If I were to say opportunities for improvement, and I don't want you to do this, it would be to link the learning that you did to the actual course learning goals. But that's okay because I can really see there's some good learning here, and you articulate well what you did. Um, I You've got the prompts and stuff like that. But you've got your videos too, which 3 hours. I mean, you are an incredibly efficient human being. This is a pretty impressive project in such a short time. I know that it can be relatively easy to create chatbots, but you have to think about them and how to respond. And clearly, you've structured in a certain way. It would be nice to see if I go to Gemini, and I don't know if that's possible. Yeah. To see the engine behind it. I guess you'd have to, um, hmm, I don't know. And sometimes you can see the engine behind, like, what did you put into it? But that's okay. I'm just curious. And I like the way you thought about your challenges. And then I also love your ideas for and I'm interested to see often requires a paid subscription. Ah, I see, which would be a barrier. And that's interesting. So this is foundation, and you can create a gem without for free. So that actually is a big plus. I did not know that. And but I sorry, I like your idea of testing it out. It could be a really nice research project. Okay, well, A plus. Thank you very much for sharing this with me.